Welcome to Cenang Beach, Langkawi Island, Malaysia. There are some definite pros and cons about retiring in Langkawi which you should know about. I've been going through Southeast Asia for several months trying to figure out where I could actually retire, and I'm still not sure. But pros are, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Geopark. It is beautiful. They take care of the jungle and the rainforest, and it's gorgeous. Now, it's not going to help you through your day-to-day living, but that is a fact that you have access to that. I thought I was a nature person. I'm not as nature-ish as I thought I was. I want my creature comforts. And so, as a benefit, yeah, good for a vacation, for retirement, not so sure. Second one, cost of living in Langkawi. Shockingly cheap for everyday essentials like food and drink and rent. So Malaysia in general is very, very affordable, and I would have thought, being a resort type of tourist destination, they would jack up the prices, but they really don't, because even though 90% of their economy is due to tourism, they still got to sell food to people that live and work here that are Malaysian, so they can't go crazy on the prices unless you want to go to a high-end resort and never leave, which I don't do that. I hate to do that. If you're going to walk around and get a good meal for $2 or $3 US every day, and that's protein and that's vegetables and that's a starch, then you can easily do it. And then if you drink alcohol, then shockingly cheap here also, because it's a duty-free island. So big surprise to me. So cost of living is a big benefit if you're on a fixed income or if you're in retirement. That was number two. Let's go to number three, tax benefits. As of this recording, Malaysia doesn't tax your foreign income. So if you're collecting a paycheck or if you're a digital nomad, you're not going to get taxed on that. And so that doesn't apply to me because I'm retired. And so I'm not making an earned income, I'm just making dividends and interest. And I go to the ATM and I pay with a credit card. I haven't opened a bank account in any country that I've visited so far, and I have no plans to. I want to stay domiciled in the United States of America and banking in the United States of America, and unless something really wacky happens. So give me your comments down below if you think there's a better way to manage that currency risk, political risk, economic risk. Am I too far into investing, and should I be diverse? And I'd love to hear your comments on that, because I do feel like maybe I should be more diversified. I do have a globally diversified equity account, so that may offset some of the currency risk, I don't know, or political risk. Let me know what you think. Let's go to number four. Healthcare in Malaysia is of a very high standard. I haven't done anything medical. I tend to do that in Thailand, in Bangkok, but I have done dental, and it was fantastic. I actually got my teeth cleaned by an actual qualified dentist as opposed to a dental hygienist. So it's very, very affordable, and compared to the United States, it's extremely affordable to get your medical care done in Malaysia. Langkawi, I would say, if you have something major, you probably want to get on to either KL, Kuala Lumpur, or Penang, just to get that seen to. Maybe get stabilized or get monitored here, but then get to Penang, get to Kuala Lumpur, and then get it thoroughly checked out, because I don't think it's top notch here, maybe second grade, and you want to get off the island for that kind of thing. But in general, Malaysia, very good, very affordable. Next one, expat community is supposed to be good here. I'd like your comments on that. I don't know any expats here, and to me it would be important to have expats as part of my social group, just to hang out with and get tips from, and to be a grumpy old man with some other people whenever I felt like it. So to me it's important, and if anybody has comments on how that works out in Langkawi, let me know. I have a feeling there aren't that many, to be honest with you, but you never know. They might be in Penang, they might be in Kuala Lumpur. There's a lot more. So let me know what you think about expat community in Langkawi. Those are the pros, and they're pretty good pros, actually. Let's go to the cons. Retiring in Langkawi. Why would you not want to do it? Number one, limited infrastructure. For those of you that follow my channel, I hate bad infrastructure. And people ask me, well, why the hell did you go to Southeast Asia if you don't like broken pavements and no sidewalks? I say, well, I didn't really know until I got here what it could be. So I'm still looking for that bubble of good infrastructure in Asia, and Langkawi ain't it. So as much as it has natural beauty and it has beautiful attractions, infrastructure is not up to snuff, and quite frankly, it puts me off. So I'm going to call that a big negative for me. And it's not about super highways, it's just about getting from A to B and having something attractive, well maintained to be around you. And that's where I came from in the US, and I want that again. So I'm still looking for that. Anybody got any tips of where to go in Southeast Asia with a low cost? Where can I go to get my perfect infrastructure and not pay an arm and a leg for healthcare and taxes? Let me know in the comments. Next one, limited job opportunities. So I don't plan to do any work. I don't plan to try to generate income in Langkawi. I think any foreigner, any Westerner that came over here, good luck trying to generate income. So yeah, I'd say if because it's 90% tourism, there's no major industry here except tourism. So, or working for the government utilities, but you won't be able to access that. So that's just a fact. Here's the third one, and it's a big one. This one is island fever. I've never had island fever before. Island fever is when you go somewhere, it's so beautiful, and then after 3 or 4 weeks, you're like, oh, I got to get out of here. I got to go find, some high-end dining or a mega shopping mall, or buy some electronics, or go to a theater performance, or interact with some business contacts, whatever you want to do that's not available. So island fever is a real thing. And Langkawi, I predict, for many Westerners, will give you a case of island fever. And that's just a downside of a beautiful, gorgeous island with substandard infrastructure. Just telling you how it is. Okay, downside or upside. This next one's controversial. Weather. So it's very, very hot, and it's very, very humid. Now, some people are going to love that. Like if you're older, maybe your bones are creaking or your joints are aching. Maybe you want to be in a hot, humid environment. And it has its attractions. I will admit to having the aircon running day and night in the villa. I'm not going to shy away from that. And when you walk a kilometer or two, it's rough. And you'll notice that nobody else is walking except the Anglo tourists, the foreigners like me, because they're smarter than that. They get on their bike and they go. At least on the bike, you got the wind flow. So the climate can be a challenge. And if you don't like hot, humid weather, then you're not going to like Langkawi. What I will say is, which is one of the things about this beach that I noticed, that as soon as the sun goes down, as in many parts of Southeast Asia, people come out of the woodwork, and it's a night culture. It's a night culture, right? From maybe 7:30 until midnight or beyond. Not just here, other places as well, because that's when it's much cooler and you can just chill out without getting your face burnt off or losing a kilogram of body weight through sweating. So bear that in mind. If you don't like hot, don't come here. And number 5 is access to specialized services. If you have any kind of physical impairment or mental impairment or special kind of requirement to keep you on the up and up medically, then you're not going to find it here. So you would think about, not just here, but most quote-unquote island paradises, you have special requirements for your health or anything else. If you're someone that needs some medical requirement, then it might be something you have to consider very carefully. Another thing about Langkawi is it is in Malaysia. It's a family-friendly place, and there are plenty of other alternatives within a 1-hour plane ride from where I am right now to give you that kind of entertainment that you might be looking for. So again, I'm trying to be honest on this channel. Yeah, so those are the pros and cons of actually retiring in Langkawi. I think it would be a stretch for most people. I think there are other more dynamic, less conservative island paradises in Thailand and in the Philippines, and I would check those out. And then do a reference with Langkawi. Come and check it out for yourself. Maybe you like it conservative and quiet. And I saw a joke online once that Langkawi is like Phuket without the fun. Of course, that's a gross exaggeration, but if you have kids and you want to come here for a vacation and have a great time and not have anything bother you, Langkawi might be the place for you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.